What if the aesthetics we see online are an amana on us? We scroll for content, we create content, we show our lifestyle online. But what is the spiritual cost of being seen by thousands of people? When Anifa and I sat down to discuss who our first guests would be on the podcast, one name came to mind. She is a content creator. Her values are deeply rooted in Islam. Women of Unveiled Voices, ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute honor to welcome the Aminah to the Unveiled Voices.
Hey everyone, welcome back to a very special episode of the Unveiled Voices. This is going to be the first one in the new year, and it's a very special episode. Want to guess why?
Ta-da! Surprise, surprise. We have with us somebody that we've in strategy sessions when we are thinking about okay, what next we want to do. This person's name has come up a lot. So it's quite an honor to have the person actually be the very first guest speaker on our podcast. So without further ado, we'd like to introduce to you the Amina. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Amina. How are
Walaikum
you?
salam. I'm very well, alhamdulillah. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, we are honestly we are super delighted. You can't imagine how happy I was when we DM'd you and you were like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for that. Yeah, this is also like an admonition to people to just shoot your shot.
yeah.
Because yeah, we actually did think for a minute that would she even see our DM to start with? Because
So, fun fact, I think people feel like I might not. I get that a lot. That people will say, "Oh, I wasn't expecting
to
you
respond.
to respond," but the only thing that will make me not respond to a message is if I don't see it. Maybe it's in the restricted inbox, or maybe you're just texting me I and you're not going ahead to tell me what you want.
Yeah.
But if I see it, I would even if I don't see it on time, if I see it later, I would apologize for responding late. So I
Yeah,
always
yeah.
respond.
No, no, that's really good.
So, getting straight to it, can you give us a glimpse into your backstory, your history? Like, how did you come to be this person here today?
Okay, so my name is Aminat Lawal Aminah. I am married. I schooled in Yabatek. I did my HND in Yabatek. I'm into entrepreneurship. I make clothes and I
Yeah.
sell bags on Wuloo.ng. And I'm also a lifestyle content creator transitioning into faith-based content style. So yeah, that's basically everything about me that I can
That's
talk about at the moment.
that's really good because I don't think I would categorize it as a lifestyle even as that now. From the very first time I interacted with your content, it has always been, oh, this person is actually like a fit-based
Yeah.
creator. So
When did you
yeah.
start following me?
Probably 24, yeah.
Or that's
Yeah.
why I started as lifestyle, but now I do more of faith
Oh,
content.
interesting. So how long have you been visibly online for and how has that journey also been for you?
I think 4 to 5
Oh
years.
wow.
So,
Yeah,
so,
four to
so
five years.
that's interesting. The question that comes to my mind is right. You mentioned you went to Yabatech, and then you mentioned entrepreneurship.
Hmm.
You mentioned like lifestyle content creating. In my mind, like the typical Nigerian pathway is you go to school, you get a job,
And go do
right?
9 to
And
5.
you go to a 9 to 5. So for me, I sense there's a story there, and I'm wondering if you'll be able to tell us like your journey.
So when I finished, before I got into Yabatek, I did my ND in Federal Polytechnic Ilaro. When
Oh.
I finished my IT, I was supposed to get admission into HND, but I wasn't getting admission at all. So I had to go and put myself into a vocational training school where I started learning fashion designing. I didn't really learn much there. Then I got admission into my HND in Yabatek. I studied computer science. While I was in school, I was always making clothes for people. So I started sewing in school. And that became my main job. When I finished, I didn't even bother to look for a job outside. I was already into fashion designing, so I started doing that. Fast forward to when I got married. Earlier in my marriage, we're always traveling, going to places. I love going to restaurants. I love going to new places. I love enjoying myself.
As it
Every
should be.
weekend, I'm always every weekend I'm always out. So when I go out, I document. When I travel, I document and post. And then people always like my content. They're always relatable. They enjoy them, and that was how
Mm.
my journey into content creation started.
So it's not exactly like you planned it out. You just kind of stumbled
No,
into it and you
no,
just went on with
yes.
it. Okay, so from the lifestyle creation, how did you then switch into the faith-based content? Was it something that was intentional?
Okay, so I am from a practicing Muslim background.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah, that's
My
actually a
my
very good one.
my dad is the kind of person that you term as the Ali Sunnah, right? So knowing where I am coming from is just for me to keep trying to be better each and every day.
Mm,
And the best thing is for me to work towards being a better Muslim, including with my content. So as time goes on, there's just this feeling. And I was still telling a friend a few days ago that I feel this yearning in my heart that I just want to get more closer to Allah. I want to get more closer to Allah. I want to get more
mm,
closer to Allah. So that brought about my faith-based content creation. It was just basically about documenting my progress and my
yeah.
journey when it comes to faith. So yeah, that was how I started my faith-based
Yeah,
content.
I like the fact that you mentioned that your family is a practicing Muslim, but I can also like Ghana from where you said that it's not necessarily because you were born into that family. It was also because
Yeah.
you made
Fun
that
fact, I was
subconscious.
I was raised by my grandma.
Mm.
I was raised in Mushin. So if
Oh,
I don't know if you know Mushin, if you know
yeah,
anybody that comes from there,
I know.
if they are very religious, it means that they probably put in so much work into themselves
Mm,
for them to get there. So it wasn't majorly my parents that did the job, but
mm.
at least that was the foundation for me.
Yeah, and I think we've also mentioned on like previous podcasts that as we grow older, there's that need for us to actually even find Islam for ourselves.
A lot of women hinge their Islam on the men.
Mm,
And I'm not saying, if you're a married woman, don't fulfill your spouse's responsibilities and use that as a way to get closer to Allah. But there's also the work you need to do to learn your deen, how do you pray, how do you perform ablution, read the Quran, all of that, so that you as a person are actually convinced that, am I on the right path?
because of my own
Yeah.
conviction, not because of somebody else.
We forget that self, we still need to do that in our work, so to speak.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because actually, at the end of the day, Allah is going to question everybody
Hmm.
individually, whether
Yes.
you're married or single.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Amen.
I want to zoom in into you as a content creator. In one of our previous episodes with the 16-year-old me, we were reflecting back into how social media helped young Muslim women growing up. For me, seeing people wearing the hijab on social media kind of was a motivating factor for me to actually say, oh, I want to personally put on the hijab for myself. Now we've gone into a world where even what we're consuming online, though it is masked as being Islamic content, most of it, by the time you slice and dice it, you're like, nah, this is not
Nah,
exactly
yeah.
like Islamic content. So my question would be, how do you manage to like, stay true to it? One, how do you manage to take away the noise? Because your content also look like it's an admonition to yourself. So how do you not necessarily look at it from I'm doing this for the gram, but I'm doing this for my Deen?
Okay, so one thing I always have at the back of my mind is the fact that outside of this world, there's
Hmm,
somewhere we're all going.
hmm,
I have a sister will call it delayed gratification.
hmm,
So at the end of the day, everything we do here, there's somewhere so beautiful,
hmm,
somewhere so I don't know what word to use to describe Jannah, but when you have it at the back of your mind that God has a beautiful and better plan for me somewhere, and the only thing that I can do to get there is to keep working on myself. That's what has been pushing me. That's what I have at the back of my mind every single time. So it's not always about the engagements, people's opinions for me.
hmm,
And the only reason why I keep pushing out Islamic content is because I've had people reach out to me. I've had people message me, oh, I started wearing the hijab because of your post.
hmm,
I started praying because of your post. So those things motivate me to want to document my journey the
hmm,
more.
hmm,
So
hmm,
yeah.
that's really interesting. Same way you said that people reach out to you and tell you, I learned this from your post. I started wearing the hijab because of you. Have you gotten the same in the opposite direction? And how do you deal with it? Like someone just coming on your post and being negative or, being like, are you the one who knows or what?
yeah, like why are you even telling us this?
I've had a lot of that. Before, if they come for me, I go for them. You attack me, I attack you back.
Bad
I
for
always
Go for it.
bad for bad.
I let them know that I don't care about your opinion. I know where I am coming from. Every time I look back, I can see the growth. You don't
Alhamdulillah.
need to validate me that I'm doing so well when it comes to the Deen. I can see it. So when you come to tell me that, oh, your job is not long enough, guy, can you see my picture
Where
2
you're
years
coming
ago?
from. Hmm.
So when they come for me like that, just make them understand I'm not doing this for you. What matters is that I'm doing this for the sake of Allah, and I'm going to keep taking it one day at a time. I won't let you people rush me with your opinion because you think you're on a particular level that is higher than me. It doesn't make you better than me. So I am taking it one day at a time. But now, when people make such comments, I just use the block button because I am actually at this stage in my life where I'm just yearning for peace,
Hmm.
peace online, peace physically. So, in fact, few minutes ago, I still put it on my story that before I used to do aura for aura, but now it is aura for blocking. Once you meddle with my peace of mind, nah, I'm
You're
not
gone.
engaging you. I'm just moving on straight up. So yeah.
Right.
And
So
I
do
tend
you
to focus more on the positive part because there are more than the
Yeah,
negative ones.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
absolutely. I generally bad news or bad things tend to hit us more, but we need to
mhm.
actually work on focusing on
Yes,
out of one
exactly.
person that says bad thing or gives bad
There are
feedback,
so
there
many
are
other
tons of people
people.
that really like, what you're doing and
Exactly.
helping people. I am actually curious about this intersection of faith and like business engagement to accept. Has there ever been a time where just out of this growth, you've had to say no to stuff or you're turning down opportunities?
I already mentioned one of them earlier, which
Hmm.
is you striving for Jannah. If you know there is a place you're going, you don't want to lose your akira in this dunya because of money. Two, I believe that for every penny you earn, you give account to Allah. So I'm always very careful of the kind of money that comes into my hand.
Mhm.
Then the third one is always if you are a Muslim, I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm a full-time content creator." I always tell Muslims, please don't join them to do it. Because if you as a Muslim content creator, if you don't have any other source of income, that will always push you to take jobs that you are not supposed to take because
Because
that's the
that's
only source
your
of income. But when you have other things going on with you, even if they bring 1 million, you'll be so bold enough to say, oh, I don't want to take this job for the sake of Allah because you have other things to fall back on. So yeah, there was a time somebody that was last Ramadan. One agency reached out to me.
Yeah.
They wanted to promote an app.
Mhm.
The app they basically use the app to maybe send money like those tap, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they wanted to promote a part that has to do with spin wheel or
Okay.
gambling. Basically that's
Mhm.
gambling feature on it. So I just told them that I can't do it.
Mm.
After I said I can't do it, I saw another Muslim creator posted for them.
Hmm.
But I was able to do that because I know I am doing this for the sake of Allah. I also have something else to fall back on. So those are the
Hmm.
two things that always guide me. I have other sources of income as well. Whatever I'm doing has to be for the sake of Allah. So yeah.
I really like that point. When on the point you said that someone you saw someone else do it, where do you think it lands on more? Like, is it a gap in knowledge? Do people just not know that some of these things are prohibited, or it's a thing of it's not that bad? Like, it's where do you think it lands more in your?
It's both because now it now depends on the individual. Is it
Okay,
somebody that is struggling with their because sometimes we know that some things are wrong, but because we're struggling, it's just so difficult for you to like stay back from those things. So I think it depends on the individual.
right. What do you recommend generally for people? Because I see it as a gap in knowledge, and I think you are always talking about it.
You have
So
to learn the
and
thing.
coming back to that gap in knowledge for you, because you also do a lot of sharing admonitions, your thoughts, do you have ways where you learn about Islam? Like, do you have it in your routine? What do
I
you
feel
recommend
I feel
for just?
like this generation is even lucky. Like
Hmm.
Mm,
we are like way lucky than the previous like generations before us because everything is accessible online.
Hmm.
You
okay.
can't tell me that you don't. Mufti Menk is there, Omar Sulaiman is there, Sheikh Hassim is there. You can't tell me that those people are not posting every day and you are not seeing, or, except you don't follow them or
Mhm.
you don't look for them. And
Hmm.
one thing
Right.
I've also done for myself is you cannot scroll my Instagram or TikTok for a few seconds and you will not see Islamic posts.
Mm.
I'm not following any blog. All the blogs I used to follow, I unfollow them. So I curated my timeline to
Gotcha.
to protect my art, basically. So the things I see every day, they're always reminders for me as well. So it's all about intentionality. If you really intend to be a better Muslim and learn, there are people you need to follow on social media. Sometimes I even go online, listen to Yekin Institutes.
Yeah.
There is what's it called? What's this podcast I listen to?
Digital
I've
They,
citizens.
forgotten. I
yeah,
have a
there's
number
also
of them that I
yeah.
listen to. So you can't tell me those ones are there. As far as you have a phone,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mhm.
don't have excuse unless you don't want to make it. Compared to the days where there is no phone, people have to probably go to the masjid to listen to
Yeah,
lectures. But
yeah,
now we don't have any excuse again unless you just don't want to get better on your own.
yeah. So to that point of where there is a dichotomy of two set of Muslim creators or two set of Muslim individuals, because actually this is also something we face at the workplace, right? Somebody telling you, oh, but this other person Abdul is not
Goes to the
is
goes
goes
to
to the
drink.
goes to drink, right? What kind of Muslim is your own Muslim where you don't go to the pub? Or oh, this Abdul doesn't pray but you pray. Like, why are you guys different? So how do you ensure that people don't necessarily draw that comparison between you and the other person? Because in the example you gave of the agency reaching out to two different Muslim creators, right? So one person said I can do this, one person said I can't do this. I don't know if you think that probably had like future impact on you from that agency point of view, to say, oh, because we reach out to you in the first place, we are not going to, yeah, rather go with this person. So how do you deal with that?
Actually, the thing is, I don't bother about it. As far as I'm very sure that I'm upon, as far as I'm
Yeah,
very
on the
sure that
truth.
I'm upon the Deen, I'm not bothered. There
Hmm.
was another similar situation that happened. We went for an event.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So somebody who is also a Muslim hugged another man and then
Yeah.
just me, I just nodded. So the person now said, but this other
This
person was able
person.
to hug and shake me. You, why didn't you do? Thank God I didn't say anything. It was the other person that responded for me and said, oh, that's actually what she's supposed to do. But me, I'm still striving and still struggling. So I didn't have to defend myself at that point. But if
Hmm.
it was a situation where I have to defend myself, I let them know that, oh, my faith does not align with that, or my religion does not permit me. So yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's make it
Yeah,
easy.
me Allah make it easy. Yeah, that's
I mean,
okay. So in terms of like your routine, one of the things, even as women, or like we've had conversations on the podcast and even in like women group and all of that, is how, particularly for women, dealing with the iman dip. So you've already established a routine of every now and then you wake up, you do your salah, you do your zikr, you do Islamic knowledge. And I think a common example is when your period comes, then you don't have to do salah. So you feel like, okay, I'll just coast through. And then when the period ends and you have to like come back, you struggle with that. How do you ensure that you keep your iman level? I mean, everybody struggles with iman dip every now and
in
then and
fact,
all of that.
in
So,
fact,
but
I'm currently struggling. And
yeah,
one
that make
of
it
the things,
easy.
one of the things that I see that is the biggest problem for me is social
Hmm.
media.
Hmm.
So last week I was not online for like 3 or 4 days.
Oh
I just
wow.
went off. I deleted my Instagram and TikTok because I just needed to focus.
Hmm.
I also installed an app on my phone where it logs out my social media once it is 9 p.m. Then it
Wow.
logs in back once it is 8 a.m. So I'm trying as much as possible to take control. And whenever I see that I'm beginning to spend more time on social media, I either go off or delete the app. So I'm always doing constant check for myself. And I figured that whenever I'm not online, I'm able to do my ibadah. I do my morning askar,
Hmm.
the evening. I'm able to recite my Quran for the day. I recite my mulik at night. My day is always filled with baraka. So now, but then I cannot go off social media totally at the moment
Yeah.
because I have my business there. So what I do now is just try to strike a balance. Now I reduce the time I spend on social media. I also blocked my story replies. Like people can't reply. I just post on story because before I used to get a lot of story engagement and I'll spend hours because I didn't want to leave people on red. I will spend hours replying to
Replying.
people. Before you know it, Salat time has passed. You've already missed the Salat time. Evening Askar has passed and all that. So
Hmm.
now I try to take charge. I've also limited my comment section. If you're not following me, you can't comment. That way, I've
Mm.
limited the number of people that
That
comment on
will
my
just
page.
come. Mm-hmm.
I've also limited the number of trolls that can say nonsense in my comment section, and I will have to start responding and all that. So basically, I take charge. My social media is the main problem. So as I have seen that it is the main problem,
You
I'm starting to
identified
take
it.
charge. Yeah.
Hmm. That's really good. I think I'll probably take a cue from that as well. One, you're able to like identify what the
The
major
problems.
blockers is, and you also like created systems around it. So that's very good. So do you have like a structured learning path to making yourself better every day?
At the moment, I just got an ustaza that comes home to take me for my Quran
Yeah,
classes.
Barakallah. Yeah.
I mean, but for every other thing, I think my social media timeline has helped me a lot. Following a
Mm-hmm.
lot of Islamic scholars have helped me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I also make researches on my own. I can just go online to check videos that can improve my knowledge.
Hmm.
Yeah. Also, I go on YouTube to just maybe watch stories of the prophet, stories,
Hmm.
Islamic stories basically. So
Yeah.
that helps me with my Islamic knowledge as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, 100%. I really echo you on like making sure you actually know where your time is going. For me, I looked at last quarter and also saw that, or actually, I'm spending a lot of time online. You even have an excuse because of your what's my own excuse, like literally.
Excuse.
So that's why this year too, I'm just trying to be more mindful. I also doing like to-do list of what I need to do that day. So I'm on top of things. You mentioned quite a few things about or you've stopped responding to stories or you've limited how people can repost you. Are you not worried in some way of like the social media content career pathway there? Is that not in some way limiting yourself?
Well, I've said it before. Maybe I'll be saying it here again. If Allah wills, I don't plan to be a content creator for a very long time.
Hmm.
A girl reached out to me, a very young girl. I don't know her age, but she said she's still in school. So she reached out to me that, oh, I like your content. Can you mentor me? I also want to be a faith-based content creator and all that. And I just went straight to the point. I told her, I said, if you want to be faith-driven, I'm going to be honest with you, just like I'll be honest with my own sibling. Being a content creator or an influencer is not that part
Hmm.
you should you should pursue.
Hmm.
Then I went ahead to tell her that if that's what you choose to do, then I wish you all the best. I don't have the mental capacity or luxury of time to mentor you.
Mentally.
So, if I understand you correctly, what you're saying is being a like content creator and as a career is kind of at odds with.
It, it's a
Mm,
struggle. Especially,
mm,
have you seen how many Muslim creators have removed their hijab?
Yeah, yeah.
Have
Yes.
even the men, have you seen what the kind of contents they used to create before and the ones
Before
they
and
create
now.
now? So it
Hmm.
is such a struggle. And for somebody like me, I keep fighting it. But for how long do you keep
Do you want
fighting
to?
something that disturbs your peace?
Hmm.
Do you
Hmm.
get? And there's difference between you just being a content creator and you being an if you become an influencer, it means you want to earn money from it.
Yeah.
So if you keep doing those things I do, there's no way you'll be losing money. You'll be losing money. So if I ever decide to stay on social media, it means that I will have other things. That will not be my main source of income again. It will
Hmm.
just be something I do once in a while, which is my focus now.
Hmm.
gotcha.
So
Yeah.
if you want to be a Muslim, a faith-based Muslim, you want to be faith-driven and still be I bet you it's a struggle. And a lot of times we see people just fall off the wheel at the end of the
Yeah.
day. It's not easy.
I think it's probably across all businesses or like all careers as well, right? Because so let's say for me as a finance person as well, right? I know I shouldn't like be working in an interest-based organization, right? So but for some people it could be that because the next big opportunity in their career is them, so they're like, okay,
It
I want
is.
to grow in my career. Do I go there? Do I go there? So yeah, I think I really like when.
For me, there's been people working in a number of like big tech companies that they find out that oh some of the apps or the programs they're building are being used in ways that it
Doesn't align with
exactly
them,
and
yeah.
people actually leave their jobs. I think as Muslims, it's always good to be conscious of like where our
Mm-hmm.
earnings are from and always pray to Allah to make it easy for
Yeah,
us
it
and
should
actually
guide
move
us.
towards it because I feel a lot of us just pay lip service to things and be like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is how the world is, this is how the world is, but may Allah make it easy for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, I just wanted to like ask about Wuloo.ng. So I know it's fashion design. You also do some bit of home items as well.
I
You
sell
sell
everything basically.
Yeah,
That's why it is called Wulu.
Okay. Like, yeah, tell us about Wuloo. We'd like to hear about Wuloo.
Okay, so my that page before it was Where's by Mina. That's where I used to sell my clothes that I make.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so much struggle having to deal with tailors back and forth. So I had to quit for my own mental health.
I like that
But
you always
when
choose your piece.
honestly.
so I had to quit at that time. But what made me start all over again was because people, in fact, when I was in school, whenever my friends want to get things, they'll reach out to me. Oh, I mean, I know you know so markets. Please, can you take me there?
Hmm.
I want to buy I want to buy iron, or I want to buy fairly used, whatever. I want to buy okrika this. Can you take
Hmm.
me? I know almost all the markets in Lagos. So that was how I started it as a business. Oh, I can actually be buying things and reselling them. And that was how Wulu started. I started with OK bags. In fact, when I started Wulu, I was just passing by a store that sells bags, like stock bags. I branched, I think I bought bags worth of 55,000 naira. And if I'm not mistaken, out of that 55,000, I didn't add money. I was using that 55,000 naira to regenerate. Whatever I make, I
Wow.
put it back into the business. I've been
Hmm.
running Wulo for it will be 2 years in May.
Hmm.
At least I can say, if I'm not exaggerating, I've made almost 8 to 10 M
Wow.
from that
Barakallah.
55,000 naira in 2 years.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
because I don't so there are weeks that I don't go to the markets. I'm not stressing
Hmm.
myself. I'm just at home. I'm not going to
Hmm.
work. So imagine if I am putting in so much
Yeah.
effort into the
Going all
business.
in.
So,
I mean, and then you
so
can
yeah.
also argue that there's Allah's barakah in it because you've chosen,
Exactly.
you've chosen.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. That was really good. Thank you very much for sharing.
Me, I'm a money woman.
Yes.
I think it's something if people are willing, we should be more transparent about. Like because
To also help
exactly
women.
because for Muslim women, we need to have enough flexibility in how we earn our income, right? In a way that doesn't compromise our deen. So if I know,
Mhm.
for example, that you are able to make 10 million over a certain amount of time with a certain amount of effort,
And you're even choosing your piece. So it's not something that
Mhm.
is compromises me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Try this.
We just want to do like a fire round question.
Mhm.
So if you could go back to any age, what age would you go back to? Like any age in the
and
past.
why?
I'm not sure what age, but I think I'll just go back to being a baby. My mother's baby. Where I
I
am
know.
not thinking of anything, I am not
I
bothered
know.
about anything. I just wake up, eat, and play.
I know,
The
right?
life.
Yeah.
So that's the
Yeah.
age I'll probably go back
Yeah.
to be
That we
honest.
probably did not know all of the adult shege that was in front of us.
Actually, for
Okay.
real.
If you could look forward to your 50-year-old self, like what would you want to look back and be like proud of?
Hmm. I just want
Within
to
how long?
have. I think I just want to have a home of my own. I
Hmm.
Yeah.
also want to be in a position where I am so better when it comes to my dean, like
Mm.
way, way better. And then by the time I'm 50 years, I don't want to be hustling again.
Yeah.
I just want to be able to like
Retire, retire.
I'm retired. I just want to be able to travel around the world,
Mm. May Allah make it easy. May
serve
Allah
Allah,
make it.
serve Allah, and that's it. Like no
Okay.
hush when it comes to the things of this world. I'm not still struggling and striving to,
Mm.
get
Okay.
things done.
There.
Okay, second to the last
Exactly.
question. If you could, if today right now, I say, Amina, I'm going to give you a plane ticket. I'm going to give you whatever. You could go anywhere right now, right now. Where would you want to
I'm
go
going
to?
to Saudi. Oh. That's where I'm going.
Inshallah, inshallah, may I
Inshallah.
make it easy. So last one, what Quran verse resonates with you the most and has helped you through like pivotal times in your life?
Ah, there was a time it used to be with every difficulty comes
Yeah.
ease.
Mm-hmm.
It- well, it's still that verse for me, but now I think it's now Fabia Yala
Rabbi
Robbie Kumar
Kumo,
to Kasiba.
Kaziban.
That's Rahman.
Yeah. Which of our last favor?
Yeah, every time I think of, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, oh, I've not achieved this, or
Mm,
I'm just reminded, which of our last favor would you deny?
mm,
Is it the favors of you being able to wake up, being able
mm,
to talk, you can walk, they are not donating money online for you to
mm,
save your
mm,
life. So I'm always reminded, and that's the surah I'm currently memorizing. So yeah,
Yeah, make it easy.
I mean,
That's such a good one.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, so
yeah.
that's my current favorite verse of the Quran.
You've talked a lot about, your backstory, your journey up till now, your business. What is next for you, both as a creator, as a Muslima? Where are you kind of heading towards in this new year? What are you thinking about? What's top of mind?
I think she's choosing her piece.
Actually, to be honest,
I think she's.
I think I always tell people I'm a vibes and inshallah person.
Mm.
You will not find me drawing board, doing vision board,
December.
doing big goals.
Planning.
I I believe in taking the day at a time. If I'm planning what I want to do today,
Mm,
what I want to do tomorrow. I'm not planning what I want to do in the next for the whole year. I don't
mm,
have the mental capacity to carry the burden of the whole year. So let
mm.
me do it maybe 2 days, 1 day, 1 week. That's how I take my life. So one step at a time. At the moment, I am focusing on my Deen,
Mm.
learning how to. I by the end of 2026, I want to be able to recite my Quran properly with Tajweed. That's my
Inshallah.
goal. That's my goal for the year. May Allah make it easy. And for my business,
Amen.
I'm just taking it one day at a time.
Mm.
And as for content creation, I am still struggling between okay, I'll just show up once in a while and okay, I'm
And-
done. So I'm still
okay.
in between. You guys might just wake up one day and see that oh,
I
the
will
Amina
just
is rushing.
see
No more.
you.
So for
Okay.
now, I'm just taking it one day at a time and trusting Allah. Wherever Allah is taking me to, I'm trusting Him completely.
And may you continue to guide us on the right path. May you continue
Amen.
to put baraka in everything we are doing. And may you continue
Amen.
to also like strengthen us in the deen. Because
Amen.
Allah guides whom He wills. So
Yeah,
yeah, we
actually.
just pray that He continue to put us on the right path.
Actually, I feel it's kind of
Um,
unfair. We didn't let her ask us any questions.
Oh yeah, do you have any questions for the Unveiled Voices?
ah, okay. How has it been like for you showing up on youth? Because I struggle with youth. People have always asked, oh, why don't you post story? I can't keep up. So how have you guys been doing it? Has it been so easy?
What I would say is, I think the saving grace is the fact that we are neighbors. So
Nice.
it's as easy as just saying, hey, we'll record this Saturday, and then we'll just go over to each other's house and then we'll do. And I also think there is the motivation because when we decided to start the podcast, she had a podcast she was doing before, and I had also like been thinking about it before. So the very first time we had the conversation, it just looked like we're aligned, and so most days it's not a case of somebody is trying to cover for somebody. We still have that motivation and that fuel that keeps us going. And I think another good thing for me since we started the podcast is seeing how we've been able to like connect and also relate to Muslim women. Because it's particularly something I wished I had growing up. A lot of things I know today now, I had to like figure it out for myself. But seeing that is a platform that is on that path to doing that for Muslim women, I think I'm fulfilled that Allah is using me.
Alhamdulillah.
This podcast is also me and Naira, like being better,
Yes.
being
Yes.
friends.
Yeah.
We're just doing it in front of the
Yeah.
camera. It's about ensuring that the newer generation of Muslim women, even men, anyone sees us and they're able to connect and relate. Because I think when you have that sense of belonging and that sense of pride of,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this is someone like me, and they're doing well. Oh, they know they are doing, and they're
Yeah.
successful. Or oh, maybe they had some trouble, but they were able to lean on Allah. Oh yeah, I can too, and they they all done. So I think for me, that's like the thing about like being able to keep up with these things. Yeah, that makes it easy.
I
Mashallah.
mean,
I
thank you.
mean, may Allah
Yeah, that's
continue
it.
to strengthen you guys.
I mean,
One last thing. So
okay.
I know we'll probably need to edit this. Listen, I'm going to like if you were to say one thing to like Muslim women in uni, in secondary school, people just wanting to start their business, what will you tell them? What will you tell them? Like the world is hard. It's hard. It's hard for Muslim women.
One simple thing I'm going to say is hold on to the rope of Allah.
Hmm.
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 The Yorubas, I don't know if you guys you understand Yoruba. I heard you speak
Yeah.
Yoruba. They would say ẹni tó bá dúró tọlọ́run kò kí ń jogún òfò. I always believe that
Hmm.
not in the history have I ever heard that somebody stood with Allah,
Hmm.
held on to the rope of Allah and ever lost before.
Hmm.
It has never happened. So
Hmm.
whatever situation you are, always hold on to the rope of Allah and you will never regret it.
That's very good
It's
advice.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Really, really enjoyed. I think I'm actually glad that again this is our first episode that is going out. The conversations, mashallah. Thank you very much.